Somebody that wants to we understand. They rescue you. What I mean of rescue? You want to rescue for your noble. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody. The meaning of rescue.
To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you are the poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That will can't help me while in the water. But Jota Bagara can't tell you the water. He can't put one making the water back to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 400 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Bagara. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You selling the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling the
Yes.
I'm selling the
no market. I'm just son. I go look for Yancy son.
You go look for the market, you see son?
I see food, call it food press. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another press. When you come, you buy a different press. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry in to the cold storage.
They put it back on market. Very rich.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buying it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing that we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. While they cause a motor burner running, they were not doing the work. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to scare our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of us, we not got north from the south go. And that basically we do, we not understand our children went to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we're not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all on the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, a more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zoom.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zoom and they bring in Jota Bagara to drink. Because we are trying to sell our push. But now Zoom, when he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we ask him to please, we the parent of our boys children, we ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zoom. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, harder. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should register, they should become over there, walk over there, everything they do. But what police people home king? That just one thing we just getting dropping the that. Tell him, don't Napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God and go for it. We don't have to tell what take you for. But money ain't in the country now.
In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there.
I've never told anybody I'm a rich person, but I've never begged a criminal. And I will never beg any criminal. I never beg a criminal. I will never go on my knees to a criminal. Mr. Witherspoon is laboring under the burden of a crime. And since he was accused of committing this crime, I have not even spoken with him because I have the decent sense to know that I should not associate myself with people who are accused of committing crimes against the United States government. Ask Mr. Witherspoon. And he talked about it. He said, I've never seen that man in a long while. Because it's commonsensical. When you have the bravery, the audacity to commit crimes against the United States government, you are not my friend. People who commit crimes against the United States government are not my friend. So since Mr. Witherspoon was accused of committing this crime against the United States government, I have proved many other Liberians right that he is a mean character, that he's a dangerous man, that he's a blatant and a bad-faced liar. And people who go on that show, maybe they just go there for the formality. This man should not be influencing Liberian politics. He should be ashamed of himself. Mr. Witherspoon should be ashamed of himself.
Kindly hit for us.
Come and lie on the friend because he tells the truth about you. I'm saying things that are truthful. The American government accused you of committing crime. So if you can be accused of committing crime to lie on somebody, it's an easy thing. That's what you did tonight. You tried to lie on me and study me. So, brother, does somebody reach out to ask you a favor? How does that make it wrong? How? I didn't ask you a favor when you were accused of committing crime. You pass around to be the richest man in our community. So if I reach out to you, so why? Let's assume for the sake of argument that I reach out to say, oh my man, yes, please help me with something. How is that a crime? How? Like the Bible would say, right? If you haven't asked anybody for favor before, then fine, you can go ahead. But I never knew this man to be a dangerous criminal. So when I got to know him to be somebody who has committed crime against the United States government, I distanced myself from him. Let a man show one interaction between he and myself since you were accused of committing crime.
Kindly hit for
even
us
to
the
go
share
on the
button,
show.
please.
I've never been on the show since you were accused of committing crime. Never. I've never been on the show since you were accused of committing crime. Never. I only went on that show tonight because I had some decent respect for Francois Chonewe, who invited me to have a conversation about a sister called Charlie, who I believe brings a lot to the table to serve the Liberian people. She's a young professional woman. She has strong intellectual gravitas. She understands legal issues. She will inspire many young women to be like her. She can bring a lot to the table. Her selection is in keeping with the election laws. 30% for political party participation. A clever way to have our women engrafted into the national politics. So yes, I tried to stand with the sister. I tried to say some flowery thing about the sister. And then the other deliberate lie he told that, oh, I went to Kumi people. And he said, man, listen, man, I'm not daft like you. Empty-headed, con guy who made money all sort of dodgy way, established radio station and buying radio station all over the place. The American government booked you, pens down. And you want to take other people, other decent people with you? You want to take other decent people with you? Is that what you do?
So wicked omen. The owner is a killer. Joe Parker. Today, Liberian people, they own your see Joseph Nyuma Boakai. He's an evil man. He's a dark man. Joseph Boakai is evil. Joseph Boakai, I'm not talking about you too much today. I get your portfolio in a day. I will release it to the Liberian people so Liberian people can know how evil you are. Joseph Boakai, you not get my money. Hey, you not get my money. I go work out for your hair. I talk fast for 1 week. Please, they please almost up. Catch fire. I tell you, I say I want him to pay my money. Call. Don't let him tell you. Joe Parker, you not get my money. I will take 21 days for you, 7-day drive fast. You were trusting calamity. You play with me. If Papa is a wicked old man. Sarah evil old man. The Papa only wanted to enrich himself. He never came to rescue. Once he that stupid, dirty one, Nyuma Boakai. Today you rescue daughter. When you used to come on Ashmore Street, bring your fucking ass. When you're cheering on Ashmore Street, you go look for business for Nyuma Boakai. You go look for your business for today. Your presidents and finally, you forgot the finger that see you. Nyuma Boakai, I will come for you. I will come for you. See, I will come for you. I'm not a how to call it? I'm not a coward. I am not a coward. They useless family Jojo, are you? Joseph Boakai, I say, and I raise money for you. I say, and I know for money for you to succeed today to become president. I pray for you for 6 years. People on the Facebook, they know the story. I gave you my hard-earned money. I gave you my Joseph Boakai, I'm coming for you. 2 years, I kept quiet. 2 years. I said, I will not talk. I will not. You someone to get people a job, and I want job, and I want work in the government. But the money why I support you, Joseph Boakai, you say you can't give it to me. My children, I lose my mortgage in America. Hey, my people, my story is sorry for. My story is sorry for with Joseph Boakai. Oh, I dream, my people. If I lack all my business, I'm gonna wake up tonight. The Lord gave me revelation. I saw the first day in the spiritual realm. The Lord tell me say they throw sickness on her. She coming down. She say her soul will leave her. I call the useless one they call Randa Boakai. That door, that hypocrite, that idiot. Randa, you power finish with you. So working wherever say will be hard for you. One finish with you. You are.
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We are so excited that we have another opportunity again to be with all of you. We want to thank you so very kindly. As usual, we ask that you do us a favor. And that favor we are requiring of you is to please hit for us the share button. Please send us some heart emojis, some love emojis. Send us some WhatsApp emojis. Because when you do these things, it helps to save our video. I always tell you, and I will keep repeating this. Anytime we are on, our shows are sent in the Unity Party chat room where they are reporting us. That's what they do. They are reporting our pages. And one of the things that can really help us to ensure that at least our videos are not blocked and reach the audience that we require is because of these likes that you can be sending. Because when people report the video, Facebook has a kind of automatic system called the algorithm. What happens is that particular system, when there is too much of reporting of the video, they will be able to look at the amount of maybe like, love, and the languages that are detected to either block, they will restrict your views, or they will be able to, if possible, take the page down just for that minute until you can verify it. But one of the things that can help us is when you sending these, how you call emojis, the like sign, you sending the WhatsApp sign, you sending all of these Google emojis. It can actually help us. Because Facebook look at it and say, but no, but I don't think this person is talking something bad. So again, I want to say, please do that for us. I appreciate all of you. I want to thank you. It's going to be a very interesting time tonight, but we are grateful that we have you here, and thanks to all of you for this opportunity that you have provided us. We really appreciate you. Geraldine David, thank you so much. We do appreciate everything you continue to do here. Lucini, thank you so much. We appreciate you. I mean, all of you distinguished people that are here with us, we want to say you are highly, highly, highly welcome. We appreciate all of you. All of you are highly welcome. So let me do what I'm supposed to do, the usual, and then we can all get ready and get set to bring you what we are supposed to bring you. So again, please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time. I want to start on the very first discussion here. Some of my people will join, but they will join later. One of our brother, that is Frank, lost a family member, so he will not be with us tonight. But let me just quickly recognize these distinguished personalities that have joined us. I want to use this time to recognize Alfonso Bernard. Thank you so much for your presence here. We do appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. I want to use this time to also welcome Elston Legend Wise. Thank you so much for your presence here. I want to also welcome Alfonso Bernard. Thank you so much, Alfonso, for your presence here. Junior B. Carl, thank you so much, Junior. We appreciate your presence here. Thank you for joining us. Geraldine David, thank you so much, says Geraldine David. We appreciate your presence. It's a privilege for us to have you here. And thank you so much. Mami Fina, nothing can bring me down, Wesley. How are you, Mama? I want to appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly for joining us. My own brother, Philip Nangwe, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much for the support you continue to give us. We really, really do appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. Your presence here worth a million. Thank you. We appreciate you. So as usual, we say kindly hit for us the share button. Salome Weeks, how are you? I want to say thank you. It's been a while, but you are welcome. I want to appreciate you, Salome Weeks. Thank you so much. Mami Fina, nothing can bring me down, Wesley. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you distinguished people. Let me try to do some stuff here and then get our people here. So please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members. Let them know that we are here. We are also doing what we are supposed to do. We are doing what we are supposed to do. So please play your part. Let all of us play our part and we'll be just fine. All right. So, fellow Liberians, the first thing that I want to talk about just very quickly has to do with this issue of drugs in Liberia. The country now is becoming very, very fearful. Very fearful. It's scary. Drugs has now taken over Liberia completely. We continue to say this thing over and over and again, and people think that we are joking. Drugs has taken over. It is terrible. There are some videos we can show you, but when we show you the video, you won't cry. You will want to shed tears. It's too horrible. It's too terrible with the way things are happening right now in Liberia. It's terrible. To the extent that even those who are responsible to fight drugs, they are now telling us that it is the government officials that are bringing in drugs. I don't want you to believe me. I will play you video. These people are telling us that it is the government officials that are bringing in drugs. Let me play you the first video. Like I said, sometimes when we're talking, don't believe what we say. Let's play you the video you hear from people. I'm going to play you two videos. One will be from a common citizen, and the other one will be from a government official. A government official telling us that government officials are the one bringing drugs. Somebody who just said Nyuma Boakai appointed. Look, the people fed up with it now. They fed up with it. You know why? Because they get to realize that these things that Joseph Nyuma Boakai is doing is politics. There are people in the government who also are victims. They are not happy. They are not satisfied. They do not like what is going on. To the extent that they cannot hide their feelings no more. They can't. Let's bring you the first video. Let's see. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me bring you this video. I'll bring you the first video where you will hear the common citizen saying that government officials are bringing drugs. And I would not want you to believe it until government official come up to say the drugs. Yes, indeed. Government officials are the one bringing in these drugs. All right. Okay. So let me bring you this first video. This particular individual left from all the way her own country to go and interview Liberians and hear the issue of Liberians and hear what Liberian will say about this issue of drugs. And I will bring you the very first video. She conducted an interview now with people who are government officials. And let's hear in this particular video. Let's hear in this video. Let's play you the first video. There are two videos that will play you as we discuss this issue of drugs. Let's listen up. And this is on Joseph Nyuma Boakai regime, because the people came to do their own verification. They want an Liberian journalist, the international journalists, come to do a kind of investigation to know whether that true the people talking, whether drugs business and that guy rampant in Liberia on Joseph Nyuma Boakai. So let's listen.
Does that happen to you?
Yes, it happens to everyone.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. The conditions here characterized by rape, drug abuse, violence, and rampant disease are shocking and heartbreaking. People here resort to various means to earn money. Some sell food while others work at the beach pouring concrete. But drug addiction has incapacitated many. Recently, tuberculosis claimed the lives of 2 residents. Amidst this, 2 locals are raising funds to support the affected youth. How did it become such a penetrative drug in Liberia? Why do you think the government has been slow to respond?
I think the reason is that some of those very government officials in government are part of this illegal drugs deal.
Now, I will move this from here. Let me move this. I don't want us to believe just this alone. And let me play you the second video. I want to welcome the CEO of Diaspora Alert, Honorable Eric Pevis. How are you, Chief? Welcome, sir. Let me play you, fellow Liberians, the second video for you to hear it for yourself. A government official openly confessing and saying to us as Liberians that the government themselves, they are involved. Joseph Nyuma Boakai is involved. Let's go ahead and play you this video. It's a 2-minute video listening to the deputy LDEA boss. Listen to the deputy LDEA boss. 2 minutes. Just listen to him. Don't believe what I'm saying. Listen to him. Let's go ahead and bring you this. Just bear with us. You know, we got to do some manipulation behind the scene before we can bring you what we're bringing you, but we'll bring it to you. Okay, fine. That's good. So let's bring this. Listening to the LDEA boss, what the deputy LDEA boss, what he has to say. Go listen to him.
To ask questions, people answer you. But you cannot just take the microphone and come, you do nothing. So also apply to the agency. If you come there to volunteer, you don't volunteer, you don't know anything there, why do you volunteer? So if you see the influx of drugs, it comes from those kind of mixed leadership or mixed rule. You understand that? So you talk about LDA officers consuming drugs. All right? Well, let me let you know we don't consideration. We don't have consideration for people there like that. Whatsoever that we put out there must be example. So the issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society, from all
Listening to what he said, the reason people accuse people. I want you to listen keenly to this. This is very important. Let me carry back small. Very important for you to listen.
reason for that. Because even in the society, from all sectors, there's a reason for that. The issue of accusing whatsoever that we put out there must be example. So the issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society, from all sectors, I would say openly here, from the executive, the first president of government, and to the judiciary, you go in the sector, you will find somebody involved with drugs.
Yeah. Now let me carry this back small. Maybe my brother Eric will help with this. But let me carry this back small so you can listen to what he's saying. It's a 2-minute video. I'm not going to play all. I just want to play this part. Let's carry it back.
Society from all sectors, whatsoever that we put out there must be example. So the issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society, from all sectors,
thank you. Bye-bye.
I would say openly here, from the executive, the first president of government, and to the judiciary, you go in the sector, you will find somebody involved with drugs.
My brother Eric, this is heavy. If there is anything called breaking news, this is a breaking news. The deputy LDEA boss is admitting to Liberians in the world over that the issue of drugs is not easy. He said, I will openly say, hey, yeah, look, the people they can't hold what is within no more. In fact, the first place, because he said from the executive, there are people there who are engaged in this issue of drugs. Drugs they are engaged with. The judiciary. My brother Eric, let's hear from you.
Prince, it's not surprising that the LDEA deputy boss will openly confess. We have been saying the exact same thing for the past 15 plus months. And we were branded as opposition. We hit the government. And now the government is hearing it for one of their own. He's an expert in the field of fighting drugs. The protests few weeks ago or a few days ago, some of the protesters raised the issue about the president's children involvement as it relates to trafficking illicit drugs in the country. And it was brushed by the regime. They said those protesters were misguided. They were opposition, and there were all kinds of burning for them. But today, we have the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency deputy head confirming the allegations of what the average Liberian man, has to say about the government complacency when it comes to fighting drugs. What Boakai is interested in is just photo ops. He goes and meet the protester, they take photo, they write a statement, executive mansion, and he thinks that that's how to fight drugs. The LDE is underfunded. His office is overfunded. The DEA has said, and the admittance from the deputy head of the DEA, that alone undermines the potency of that agency. Because if there are elements within the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative branches of government who are drugs baron, that means it ties the hands of DEA from fighting drugs, because these are powerful people. They are he bosses some of the drugs barons. So it's a kind of sad and tragic story for our country, because young people are falling prey to it. People are dying. I was just the other day, uh, a sort of Facebook post from one media outlet reported, like, I think 3 or 4 young Liberians died from the intake, and the next minute I saw another one. Another Liberian was all in. He was all in the gutter. Like he has gone mad. So it's a sad thing. The video you even played earlier on, before the DEA deputy head spoke, you saw how miserable Liberians are, and those are the end user of the drugs. They are the victim of the drugs. They do not have the capacity to import drugs in our country. So the DEA boss was right. This is a state sponsor crime, and there's a reason for that. Part of the reasons for that will be the want to keep the young population sick. They want to keep them suppressed, poor, unhealthy, so that they do not think for themselves. They do not engage the government on constructive issues. And when election time comes, they can just go there and give them more drugs, and they will go vote them into public offices. And I do not know what conscious Liberians are waiting for to move with drastic and intentional uh, approach as it relates to taking on this government, because the DEA has failed. We don't expect the DEA to fight any drugs in our country, because if you can hear from the DEA head talking about executive involved into the trafficking of drugs and the distribution and all the stuff, that tells you that the government has collapsed on the fight against drugs. It is worrisome. Our children are back home, and they will be growing up, and they are growing up in said society. It's a horrifying thing. It's a horrifying thing for any parent. It's a horrifying thing for any human being, to go through what they are going through. But this is the sad story. I'm not sure it's going to get better. It might get worse. You are muted, Prince.
When you say it might get worse, you make me afraid, but that is the reality. And Liberians, there is something I want to say here, and I want to play this video for those of you that are just coming. This is the LDEA deputy boss man, the man who is in charge with the responsibility, who Liberians are paying to fight drugs. The reason why these people are coming up is because they cannot countenance this thing no more. The place that he made this statement is not just an ordinary Ataisha. That is the place government put out its agenda. In other words, the policy of government is clearly explained at this particular location. It is at this location that the government programs to affect the people positively is expressed and explained. It is at this particular forum or at this particular platform that they project what the government is intending to do for the common people. It is at this particular podium and platform. To see the LDEA boss saying this, it means that he himself has realized that it has reached the zenith, that they cannot bear no more. For me, I see it that maybe some of them have a good heart to do it, to fight this issue of drugs. But because of the higher ups, place a phone call. We know in Liberia, you know who I'm at? Look, my man, I'm an intro down there. Forget about that thing. That he can know. He said, look, when you listening to his voice, he said, I will say it openly. So he saw the danger. He know that there are repercussions for you to say such a thing, because the whole world was listening. The entire world was listening to this particular press conference. So for him to reach to the place where he broke down and say, I can't hide it. Look, I don't care about this job. I don't care about the prestige that it brings. I don't care about the opportunity that it brings. I will say it right here. Then it means, like you rightly said, it's scary, it's terrible, and I don't know. Let's listen to him again, my people. Listen to him again.
The issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society from all sectors, I would say openly here.
You hear? When you reach the place to say, I will say openly, he looked around, he saw the environment. He know that that particular environment, is the place that government, agenda, policy, and what is explained. But he said, I cannot hold it because I know I got grandchildren who are suffering from this thing. And those who are just using it are just the end users. But there are people in higher places who are bringing it. So I will not holler no more. Let the war hear it. Let Liberian who in America hear it. Let Liberian who in Australia hear it. Let the whole world hear it. What happened? He said, I can't take it no more. I cannot hold it no more. Ego, this is dangerous and serious.
Reason for that. Because even in the society from all sectors, I would say openly here, from the executive, the first president government, and to the judiciary, you go in the sector, you will find somebody with more drugs.
You hear? You hear, my people? This is not us saying it. This is not just Eric saying it. When he said it yesterday, he wrote about it. People say, oh, yeah, leading people there, man. It's the digital empire leading. All the people who are associated with government who are leading, they were working government before. They still want government job. But this is somebody who is currently working in the government. He said, I will say, hey, I can't hold this back. This is something that I cannot continue no more. Children are dying out there. And who are those responsible? Not the end users. Those who buy the drugs for $5, $200 and taking it. The people who are bringing it.
And Prince, let me
Yes,
say this. When the statement was issued by the deputy LDA boss, the Unity Party Youth Congress issued a statement threatening him.
Wow.
In fact, they gave him, I think, few days ultimatum that if and when he doesn't name those officials in government who are moving the drugs around, they will revert to unspecified actions against him. And a little bad drop to that is that about a few months ago, there was a guy who was the head for the Bureau of State Enterprises. He went at the same maker, that same podium, that same space, and said that state enterprise SOEs, many of them were engaged in the massive corruption and fingering the laws, to shield them from prosecution. Less than a week after he made that statement, he was suspended, or technically we'll say he was dismissed by President Boakai. Yeah, he was dismissed by President Boakai for saying that state-owned enterprises are involved into stealing and they're not paying their taxes to national government. So it shouldn't surprise you that tomorrow we might wake up and hear that that deputy boss has lost his job because currently the youth league of the youth congress of the Unity Party, they have threatened him of dismissal and other issues. So it's a sad thing. I feel for him. His safety is at stake. I'm not just concerned about him losing his job, but I'm concerned about him losing his life. I'm concerned about him losing his life. Already there are reports of arbitrary killings, torture, cruelty, evidenced by the U.S. State Department report of 2024 outlining that occurred under this Unity Party-led government. That was done by what the U.S. Embassy call government agents. So we have to be careful not to highlight this brother too much before we further put him into harm's ways. But we have to keep him in prayers as well. Though it's a national issue, we must be able to discuss it, but at the same time, let us tread with it with cautions, because already he's been threatening. The LDEA under Joe Braga has got a very horrible history. You remember there was a gun battle between A.B. Kroma and the Fatikas, one of the Fatikas' brother, who was then the deputy, and even Baoko, the three of them were eventually dismissed. And today they're still lingering in court and all kinds of things happening. So, it's a paramilitary arm, because at the DEA, some of the officers have weapons. And if the DEA boss will accuse member of the executive and the judiciary and that of the legislative branches of government of engaging in the drugs issue, because these are higher up people who have serious resources at the disposal, and they can press some button, so there could be some gun battle. We hope it doesn't occur, but if and when they decide to move on him, he might be able to resist, or he could resist some illegal arrest or illegal kidnap that might want to occur on him. So I just thought to fly that in.
Sure. And in fact, what you're saying, we saw how a DEA officer was murdered these few days.
Yeah.
One Emmanuel Payne.
Yeah, it's good that you
According
highlighted.
to his girlfriend, he said it was an ERU officer who called him and said, "My man, let's go somewhere, let's go raid." And he even told his girlfriend, he said, "I don't trust this man." Before leaving from the house, the video is here. He said, "God according me, I don't trust him." Imagine, look, this is not very usual in our country. He went to the place where they have to raid the how you call it, these guys that are selling drugs. Usually in Liberia, our criminals, look, I'm not saying we don't have criminals in Liberia. We have criminals. But even you can have 20 criminals one place. Once they hear police coming, that fear is they will run. These guys will run. We do not have a history of criminals standing up to people, and it's not just very common in our country. But to the extent where that particular DEA guy, when he went to the place where they had to raid these guys, and according to the information that we gathered, that place is almost like a center where Joseph Nyuma Boakai Sr take drugs and carry there, then they distribute the drugs to other parts. They were able to murder that guy, even took his gun from him. Can you imagine that? In the ghetto, DEA personnel.
Yeah.
They murder him. So I agree with what you say. I agree with you. This is serious. This is horrible. His life could be in danger.
Yeah. And that gun is still alive. They have not found that gun yet.
No, they've not. They've not. The gun is still alive.
Yeah. So who knows? It might land not even land. It's already in their hands.
It's already in the wrong hands.
Their hands. So who knows? That deputy boss, they might tell him, "Oh, there's an operation here. Go there." And let's see manpower with him, and he could get in trap, and tomorrow say that drugs people kill a man.
Sure, you are right. That's what they will say. They will say that drugs people kill as old as that man is. And the thing is, Mr. Boakai of all person know how dangerous drugs is, because Boakai, remember now, he controlled the local defense force. These were people who drug our children, who drug us, gave us drugs, because they know that when you are on drugs, it takes away your self-esteem. It takes away your value. You don't think about tomorrow. You don't think about building a better future of yourself. So like you said from the beginning, these people are doing these things intentionally because they want to break down the fabric of our society. Remember, one time Boakai is on record of saying that most of the young people, majority of the young people support the Unity Party. Support the CDC. And he asked a question. I think I have that video. I will try to look for it. He said, we had the opportunity to take these young people from behind. He said it. The video clip I have, maybe while we're talking, I will look for it quick and play it. He said it. He said, majority of the young people, taking into consideration our population, these young people, all of them are behind how you call George Weah at the time, President Weah. So what can we do to take these young people from behind him? What can we do to change their mind? These are some of the things that they are doing. Look at the people who are involved in this issue of drugs. Just ages 25, 18, 35, and some, young potential people. So Boakai know the danger of infusing drugs in our society, how it can damage our society, damage our human resource. So they are doing these things intentionally. That's why the DEA boss cannot hold this back. He sat up for long and said, no, this thing here, I can no longer hold it. I don't care about this job. To them with this job. How much more is they paying me? Maybe a $500. That's why we sit down and have to talk. And this is a perfect opportunity, like you rightly said, that Liberians must take a serious action. Because these were the people that you are depending on to fight drugs. And yeah, indeed, they are saying, in other words, that man was saying, my hand tied. There is nothing I can do even as a DEA boss. Because the president's son is involved. That's why he went straight to the executive. He looked around and said, I will say it right here. I don't care about the implication. I don't care about my life. Look, when people reach to the place, looking at how dangerous this government is as per the report that came up, and people reach to a place where they say, I don't care about my life. Whatever happened, let it happen, and start to confess, you must know that you as Liberians will have to stand up and do something about this. This is horrible. I just hope and pray that Liberians will see it from where they will see it. No wonder why you see this gun protest. You saw the executive all inside. How can you go and protest Joseph Nyuma Boakai? You who's supposed to implement the law. You who gave authority to ensure you use the resources, you use the law to protect. Then you say you cannot protest. You present a petition. Then to who are you presenting petition? And you see what these people are passing around. But well, my people, that is that for now. The second issue has to do.
And major subjects.
Sorry.
So we hope that
The
our
second
children will
issue
do
has to
well
do with this particular report.
Performance.
This is horrible. This is scary.
In 5 subjects in a board.
Today we woke up to a news, Eric, of a very horrible performance of our students. It is sad. When I saw that report, I shed tears. I'm a teacher. By the grace of God, the way some of us, God help us, we go our live first. One of my uncle can say the book where the people where you can get before Hong Kong go your head, our degree. When I saw that particular report today, I shed tears. How did we leave Liberia left from a place where Liberians were the students? Liberian students. The passing mark was up to 85, up to 90. Our students were doing well. In fact, under the regime of President Weah, Liberian students were no longer competing with each other. They were competing on on country level. Liberians, comparing it to that of maybe Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, they were doing well on the African continent. How come did we leave from that particular very prestigious area of making 81% pass, doing well in WAEC, to a place where we can't even get 1% of our student passing? I want us to listen to the WAEC boss, my people. Let's listen to the WAEC boss. Let the WAEC boss talk on this. How our children fail massively. And then we'll hear from our brother Eric.
2 subjects and major subjects. So we hope that our children will do well in times to come. Performance as a pass rate in 5 subjects in a board. Of the 50 some candidates that came into the test, how many of them passed in at least 5 subjects? Like in other countries, they will say you should pass in 5 subjects with credit, right? So the 1,719 candidates who came in for this assessment, 1.59% of them passed clearly, clean pass. 822 candidates were successful in passing the minimum. I'm not saying 5 subjects. So pass more than 5 subjects or at least minimum 2 subjects.
My brother Eric, you listening to the WAEC boss. He's saying 1%. There's not even 1%. Of 51,700 plus. According to why he even went further by saying that they even pass clear. They get, pass some kind of way. My brother, what do you make of this? What does this mean? What it tells us? Coming from a weird regime where our children were doing excellently well. They were even competing with other international, with their other counterparts, with Guinea, with Ghana, with Nigeria. And then look at where we have reached, that we can't even reach 1%. My brother, what happened? What went wrong? What are the magics that were being performed by President Weah that we are not seeing now that are causing our children to fail like this? Massive dropout. The last time we saw, even from the WAEC people who said about 28 girls who supposed to sit for the WAEC in Grand Cape Man County, the teacher then pregnant all of them, the baby man, all of them. We're laughing, but this thing is horrible, my brother. Let's hear from you. What is going on? What was the magic that President Weah performed or he did that is different now that things have gone downhill completely?
This is what I would say. The students are the victims here. Let's no one condemn them by saying they are adored. No, they aren't. The teachers are also doing their best. The problem is the economy, bad leadership that's running the country. When the economy collapses, we should not expect much from the health sector, from the education sector, from any sector. Because, look, let's backdrop a little. The UN, the UNICEF did a report on Liberia and they came up by saying more than 40% of school-going children are out of school. That alone is a red flag. Why are they out of school? Poverty. The parents can afford. And even those that are in school, how retentive are they? The reason you score good grades in grade school or in college, I assume, is because at least when you used to come home, there was at least small driver said you meet your home and you eat it with diet also. But these days, the children go to school, empty stomach, they return with empty stomach. Many of them walk miles and miles to go to school on empty stomach. How do you expect students, in such situation to think? The parents that should be the cushion to support the children aren't there. Some of these students are self-read, they live on their own. No one is there to encourage them to say, take your lesson serious, study your lesson. So when they go to school and return, all they do, they take their wheelbarrow and go in the hot sun to sell all day down water south, red light. So how do they study? What time do they have to study? When the man is in class, he's thinking about let's go, in the Liberian way, let's go over and let him, so I can go do my little hustle. And he has to do that because if he doesn't, he will not have place to sleep. He will not even be able to attend the school that he's attending. So the economy is horrible. And these are the outcome of horrible economy. It's affecting our health sector. Pregnant women are put into bed on the streets of Monrovia. JFK have quadrupled their fees. You see, even to the extent the president said we should fast and pray for the economy. That tells you we are in crisis. We are in crisis. And you are right that under President we were competing with the Mano River Basin. The standard that we had, you heard what the wire boss said? He said they have dropped the standard. And even with the bare minimum that they drop, we still are not doing any significant thing there. And it is sad. Every time when I say it will get worse. Because what are the indicators that things will improve? Look, just yesterday, the executive management issued a press release. Almost 50 government officials taking the plane to go to Japan. To do what there? They have made tons of trips. What are the dividends that Liberian can point to say, oh, our president, when they played, this is why he brought back. He came to the greatest country on the face of the earth. What did he return with? good English. He met the world richest man via WhatsApp link, Elon Musk. What did he return with? Today, our internet services in the country are weak. And even with the weak internet that they have there, they're still charging the people more than the people can afford. So we do not have dividends from the trip, but the president is screening the already dilapidated economy that we have, if I will term it that way. He's screening it to accommodate his family members, his social ties, and all kinds of people who do not belong on trip to go at the expense of taxpayer money. So when you begin to abuse taxpayer money like that, what you do is that you are robbing from the education sector. That's what you are doing. You are robbing from the educational sector. This is sad. So how do you think teachers going to be motivated to even properly teach when the salary is nothing to take home? And even with that, it better comes on time. So we have a structural problem that, if not confronted with a serious and intentional mindset, these grades that are coming will get worse by the day. And our future will be bleak because these are people that we are depending on tomorrow to be the next president, the next senator, the next doctors and lawyers. Are they the one we'll be depending on of the kind of situation, or should we expect another kind of Jeremiah Kuhn lawyer or a doctor? You remember that guy who was the head for Jeremiah Kuhn Hospital?
Yeah, Matter,
Yeah,
no,
and
Matter Clinic in
yeah,
Nyuma.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he fled the country after killing all those people. In fact, another one was indicted just a few days ago at the court. He's not a medical doctor, he's an imposter, but he was there operating on people. So we'll have some of these things ahead, my brother.
Wow. You know, my brother, this is very horrible. You see, I asked that question intentionally. What are the magic, if one would say, there's no magic about it, there's nothing like magic, that President Weah was able to put in play that led to our students performing excellently and doing well? You know, as a teacher, fellow Liberians, there are factors that are responsible for students' performance. There are so many factors. Either the poor performance or the very good performance of these students. One of the things that we look at in educational, or in the education, let's say, philosophy, one is that the students must be motivated. When you get lack of motivation, it also contributes to mass failure. Now, what are we talking about? Lack of motivation. Now, take for an example in Liberia, right? Let me just talk about this issue of lack of motivation in Liberia. Under President Weah, what did he do? He understand that most of the students in the higher class, like in 12th grade, some of them will have to even help their parents. Some of them will literally have to look for their school fees or these WAEC fees. They'll have to look for it. So when it is somewhere around third period, most of the time when I was in the classroom, as soon as first semester drop, or we finish with first semester, what we observe is the students, especially in places like 11 or 12th grade, we will start to see that kind of irregular pattern of attendance from the students. And those of us that were in the classroom, when we engage these students, why is it happening this way? Someone will tell you, bro, we gotta go look for it. Me, I know I ain't letting where I will pass, but I gotta go and go hustle so that I can get money to come do my registration in the 12th grade, buy my uniform and all the other things. Some will tell you, especially those that are in the 12th grades, when they are very absent, we ask them, but why? The first thing they will say, bro, it's not easy, man. I myself supporting myself. Nobody here to pay them my WAS fee or them my WAEC fees. I leave from way ABC and reach all the way here. For me not to take why it's not possible. So it better let me go do the hustle. I go look for the money. If y'all will punish me to say, oh, because I can't to school or because I missed maybe 2 or 3 months, y'all will find punishment for me, I will accept that punishment. But I gotta go hustle, or else I will not be able to take the WAEC here. And when these students are saying this thing, I used to sit down and I would be like, wow. Some of them would tell you, say, look, we are doing everything for ourselves. In fact, some of all you see in the 12th grade, yeah, our parents are living with all. Some of all we seeking their way, we living by ourselves. Some of all our parents there, brother and sister, then living with us. So we got to go look for it. So because of that, I remember back, in the early 2000s, the children, some of them, they will be absent for 2-3 months. So, President, we are looking at all of these factors. And guess what? Some of them, they don't even go to Saturday classes. I remember we were in the classroom every Saturday, especially the 12th graders and the 9th graders, when they come in, we tell them, say, they bring somewhere around $200 or $300. We tell them, say, when you come in every Saturday, they will not pay as per the mono. Every Saturday you come in, you bring your $200 or $300. Every Saturday you come in, you bring your money. Some of these children, they could not even afford it. Some could not. So when President Weah took over, here is what I want you to understand. When President Weah took over, what did he do? He understand that these children were going through too many things. Some of them will have to leave from one offices to another offices, begging people for WAEC fees and this, that. All of us did that, one way or the other. All of us did it. I graduated from J.J. Ross. I remember those days, we used to take fire, put on our arm. We say, how you call it, project fee. We're passing around from one office to another. We will patrol the entire Morovia in the name of your plea helper. We tend to beg us. When President Weah took over, he said, no, this cannot continue on my watch. Let us pay for these children Saturday classes, attendance fees. Let's pay for it. Let us be able to pay this WAEC fees here and leave the stress off the parents. Because there were some parents who immediately the children come from school, they will say, can't they beg? Let go in the market, we'll go sell. The time that child supposed to take to study, that child will not study. That child will be in the market. Buy your komi kalaya, buy your pepper, buy your chicken soup. So before they leave from in the market, it's already 6, 7. That child tired, or that particular individual tired. As soon as you go home, you find small food to eat, that's sleeping beneath. You open books and you go look, bang, you go to bed. So, President, we understand that all of these things were contributing to why students had massive failure under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, that she herself she confessed. So when President Weah took over, he said, we pay the children school fees, the children WAEC fees. Not only that we pay their WAEC fees, we also give them lunch so that they can be relaxed while they are taking their WAEC. We send money to them, we take their lunch. We pay their Saturday classes fee. No way that they will ever pay out of their pocket. We, government, will pay it. And because of that, we saw a very excellent performance as compared to their counterparts in other countries. But today, look at what is happening. The reason why our children are failing the way they are failing is because government have neglected these children. The lack of motivation on the part of government. During President Weah time, I was surprised. My late daughter, the one in the how you call of 4th grade or so, she was asking me to buy her phone that they can do their assignment. They can have group discussion in chat room. I'm like, what? But the children they gone real far. She said, yo, daddy, I gotta get phone where I can use how you call WhatsApp, because in the classroom we in WhatsApp group. Sometimes when they give us assignment, in fact, the teachers then can even send the assignment in the WhatsApp group, then we share it together. We have open discussion. I said, what? The last time I ever think about that when we were in AME, having the kind of advanced way of doing things where you sit down, you're in group and discussing the assignment, group will do it. I said the last time I saw that thing, not even in high school. That were in university, I saw that in there. But I was surprised under President Weah. When my children were asking me, you got to buy how you call phone, to the extent they're going on the internet and doing research. But look at now what is happening. Or not just like Nyuma Boakai. You put your $1 in your phone, forget it. It will read when it finish before before you go, your money finish. The government is doing nothing to be able to encourage these children. The government is not putting money in the education sector. They are using money on themselves. They are stealing from the Liberian people. They don't care about the young people. No wonder why. And you listen to the wire boy, he said, we even pray that maybe in the near future they will do well. But now, that is it. Because these people understand. The government has abandoned her responsibility. Joseph Nyuma Boakai, then they know what they're doing. These are the people that will tell us you are the future leaders. But why you fail to be able to empower the future leaders? This is a disgrace. This is the worst. Even doing water. When they had, how you call it, they used to call it the school feeding program, school. Everybody want to go to school because our program there was enjoyable. You go to school, you get a little meal, you will eat. Some kind of way you will eat. Wow, big yeah. We never used to mix class. You can mix class. Your brown beans, your comic color, the people fry those days, 90, wow, yeah. You jump in, you go into, even if you want to go, you will go. Because you know. We used to carry our bowl there in our son, we carry our bowl. When they lock your bowl, you finish eating, then turn right again, they lock it again. Then you take it and carry home. Then you run it around, just some kind of monkey, where they get it from Jenny, when they bring it all the way to Douala Market loose. You just jumping around. Even doing the water, we saw to some extent the students were being motivated. Doing the tailor time. Then for you us to come to this time here that we have entered, Joseph Nyuma Boakai have neglected the education sector. The old man only care about himself. He even want to know what is happening down there. In fact, they have closed their eyes even to the education sector, to the extent that even at the level of the University of Liberia, the universitarians, they are crying. They say, look at they play, how they play looking. No, they themselves, they are crying. Poor performances all around the place. My people, this is now what you and I we cast our vote for. But again, this is what we call upon ourselves. When these people, they were us, just like Nyuma Boakai, we warned them and we told them, they think here your children there, all we feed away to. Let hear now. Some of these children who are just, at the age of 17, 16, you know what it means? The kind of mass failure. It has sent out a negative signal to the world about Liberia, the whole country, about Liberia. No wonder why in America here, when we down here, I want late document, the people will turn us around this, that. I send him my document, the way they turn me around, say that, they can't even find the people, can't even hold it, said that the first day. They won't even hold it. You you gotta go on the other side, gotta verify the other people, do the other one, do that, all kind of funny, come on thing. I tell him, I say, my man, I suffer to even get this paper where I get, I say, I'm passing around. I can't get one stuff for me. Okay, let you go. You forget about me. Let you go. Why what happen? Let happen. Let me, yeah, because I want to go through all the kind of, how you call it, all the kind of thing. You see what is happening? So this will even further bring down the value of our paper in the international community. With this kind of report, it's all over the world. Everybody listening, everybody watching it. And this happened because the government have neglected her responsibility. Joseph Nyuma Boakai decided that stealing will be a portion. He will use the money to put it in his pocket to empower he and his children there. And his girlfriend, Mama Kabelete, old time girlfriend. You see, so he let woman business, you see that old papiso. That they will empower their own people and forget about our children. What we are seeing is not a mistake. You sow or you reap what you sow. When you plant corn, what you will get from there? That is same corn you will get. Nobody plant okra and go pick apple. It's not possible. When Joseph Nyuma Boakai told the Liberian people, I'm a croco, you say, no problem, you will go ahead. I tell Bele go, I give it so I can go croak somebody. We say, oh, go ahead, you good. They may say, we squander your opportunity. We say, no problem. We did not do any good for you. We brought in people who were using laptop and they were lying around here, taking money and putting it in their pocket. Still, we say, no problem. That he the one we want. Look at what is happening now. Lack of motivation on the part of government. Parents cannot afford. Then they stand. In fact, they record even far past the one we're coming. I'm telling you something serious. If you say 800 and some more, it's all right. The next one are coming because look at how they are taking people from job. Look at how the how you call the trauma that our people are faced with in Liberia, and it's affecting the home. It's affecting the students. Imagine parents who used to afford that when you go into work or when you go in also you put it in your pocket as long as live far. I say, go to school. We as parents, when we gave our children recess, we are proud. Coming up as a kid, I can say this for sure. I can't remember when Larry told money and gave it to me. I used to eat heavy. I eat. I gone. That food will be in my stomach until I come back. I see myself carrying. I don't know. When I grew, I didn't see myself carrying reset. Yeah, and there reset. Yeah. No, we just eat good. We eat, we gone, we gone. You come back where you see that I ate there. You take money and give it to you. Everything that where wrong with you? You the ma, you the saka. You take money and give it to who be you? Who you be? First of all. But in our own generation and time, our children, I can be here and send sometimes my children school fees through their, I'm sorry, research through their mobile money and every other thing. They are excited, they are motivated. But look at the people in Liberia. Let's leave us. We just few percent. But look at the people in Liberia. People who used to look at it and say, hey, John, let your recess here. Then the child happy, child going to school. The people can't even afford again. Motorbike men who used to be riding a late motorbike when they see their late cousin and other thing and nephew then say, oh yeah, my man, I was school today. And can hold $5. We are generous set of people. These things are not happening. So what government is doing, or these decisions that government, took over the period to dancers, people, take people from on the street, take motorcyclists, is going to have a trickle down effect on the children at home. And that's what we are seeing. Children will fail. They're failing going out of star. We're not seeing nothing here. 800 and some more pass out of 51,700 plus. We better celebrate day 1 year. We better celebrate because the one that coming is terrible. A danger for one of my Americans. A very bad. Because I had just a Nyuma Boakai just sacking people. These people just using money on themselves and not on the Liberian people. But what lesson can we learn from this? With all of these things, my brother Eric, as we conclude on this, before we go to the last issue that we have to discuss, what lesson can we learn from this? And what, as Liberians, what will you advise? What can we do as Liberians? Because it's like hell has break loose now on us.
The first thing is, let us now learn to undermine a structure that is working for us. Even if the structure is not perfect, but when there are indicators that things will improve, we should cherish that, nurture it, and make it to work. Uh, Clearly, we saw Liberia was on the path. Like you rightly said, the reason our students begin to do extremely well was the measures that President we have put in place to alleviate poverty from on the lives of Liberians' parents. And as the result of that, we saw the impact on the schools, on the children sitting the WAECs or the WAS. But again, we were blinded by politics, by deceptions, by rhetoric, and we removed President Weah, thinking that we, when we wanted to send a message to him or we wanted him to feel bad. Look, the level President Weah has reached in life, he, he, he can never reach a point of lack. He can never reach a point of lack. I was telling somebody the other day, even if you were to say all of the monies that in President Weah bank account, if there was a magic wish to say let everything dry up, he will still not be out of money because his personality alone, his resources. Yeah, he does not need to be president to live. He doesn't. He doesn't need to participate in Liberian politics. His involvement in our politics is just to help lift us from out of poverty. Yeah, President Weah he came to the presidency as a millionaire, a self-made millionaire. So, we're taking the presidency for him is, in fact, it even quadruple his respect, not only on the continent of Africa but in the world. Look at the way he accepted the result. It's still historical. He's still being celebrated everywhere he goes. So he's a global icon. Our anger against him has only led to the country sinking into a total collapse, and it is sad. It is very sad to have the wire boss saying let's pray, to have the president saying let's pray. When leaders begin to to revert to prayer as solution to man-made suffering, then that's a problem. That's a problem. It shows incompetence. It shows lack of political will. It shows corruption. Because come to think of it, corruption is the source, like PLO, the Mumbai can say, corruption is the source of all these, all of the problems that we have. You can't take government money that should benefit hospitals, schools, and the policemen on the street. You take it and you buy a bulletproof car for 1.2 million naira. You take it and you fly private jet every day, something that you criticized yesterday. You take it and you put 50 people behind you to get on private plane, sleep in the best hotels around the world, return with zero. And when the people begin to feel the pinch of the millions of dollars that you took to spend on yourself, and then you tell them, say, pray. And even while they are praying, you're not joining them in the prayer, but you're celebrating your wedding anniversary lavishly. Your minister of information is also celebrating his birthday lavishly. What is that? What is that? So prayer is not a solution to our problems. God has given us the brain, He has given us the resources, He has given us the human capital. But what is needed is leadership. So we have a leadership deficit that they do not want to address, and they want to revert to bothering God with prayers that they know will not be answered. Because God is not a fool. He gives you resources to take care of people. You took the money, you ate it, then you say the people must pray to live out of poverty. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. He himself said it. He said if you build your house on the sand, when the breeze come or the wind come, it's gonna take it off. You're not gonna say because the man is a man of God, so the breeze will not affect you. No, it will affect you. So you have to lay your foundation at a very strong and solid level so that I be able to withstand. But right now, our foundation is sinking. And it is a sad thing that these young Liberians are caught up in the lack of leadership and they are the victim now. I do not know if currently you have to pass the WAEC before you graduate. Like the year I graduated from high school in Liberia, you had to pass. And we sat the WAEC, or at the time was WAEC, and we passed successfully and were able to graduate. These days I don't know because technically there's no standard anymore, so I think they're just allowing them. And you're right, the education that you will have from Liberia when you come here, it's almost like you need re-education. Yeah, and it is a sad thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My brother Eric, there is a people here that I just want to point to Liberians. My people, here is the people from
Yeah.
Front Page Africa at the time President Weah was there, that he was president. Front Page Africa was very critical of President Weah. And
Yeah.
this particular report was written by one Christopher C. Walker on August 11, 2022. August 11. Here is it. I will just read a few bars of it. The provisional result from the just ended 2022 West African Senior Secondary Certificate Exam, that is WAEC, has been released, with Liberian students performing better in English, mathematics, and biology unlike before. The
Yeah.
partial result shows more works are still ongoing by the West African Examination Council Liberia office. It says, according to the head of the National Office of WAEC, Boto, are ongoing for some students who conclude as well as carry out other educational malpractices. Some students' results have been held. Let's just go to the percent so you can see. Let's come here to the percentage of the students that perform. It say due to ongoing, the West African Senior Certificate Examination for WAEC Kennedy was administered at 334 centers in the 15 counties from May the 31st, according to WASC bus, the overall performance of the candidate at the passing rate of at least a subject of the examination. Okay, I want to get to the main place. Okay, so according to WAEC bus, the overall performance of the candidates at the passing rate of at least a subject on the examination is encouraging as compared to their counterpart who sat the same examination, okay, nationally from the first time in 2018. You see that? So Liberia was even at the level of computing with other nations. Liberian students were doing better as compared to other nations. But look at where we are. My people, this is scary. This is terrible. That our children saw the people playing with. That our children feature the playing with. They're stealing money. They are not providing opportunity for our children. And our children are failing. What will we have? And these are the people who can condemn us. Like Eric said, you don't blame the students. Because if the students, look, President Weah he has breaking that particular mentality that all the students are dull. In other words, when you give the students the opportunity, when the environment is ripe, when the environment is conducive, what happens? The students will perform. President Weah showed that to us. President Weah proved that notion that when you give the students the adequate material, the teachers, and every other thing, they perform well. So now we're getting to understand that the students' performance, especially Desmond performance, sometimes the students are not to blame. The government, the environment, society, and etc. And we are seeing it here. Joseph Nyuma Boakai does not care for these students. So at the end of the day, what happens. But my brother, you broke a very, very great news on yesterday, the diaspora alert. And I want to display the paper here. And this information that you was able to put out there, it was like, wow, this is who will ever imagine that this kind of thing was going to happen. Here is the paper from the Diaspora Allied fellow Liberians. Like we always say, we encourage you to follow the Diaspora Allied to be engaged. Here is this paper. Expect unspecified consequences if Doe Jr. dies. Mami Doe warns Boakai. My brother Eric, what is going on with this particular story? When this is the Mami Doe who few days ago, every member of the ruling party, Unity Party, wanted to put her picture on their wall. They wanted to write something about her. They call her Heroine. Oh, the woman brave. There's a child that I want, and blah, 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 and all the other things. What happened with this kind of hairline? Expect the kind of thing where she's talking, say, too hell about it, too big. Unspecified consequences. Yeah. What is going on? Let's hear from you. What is going on? What is your paper saying here about this?
Well, the first thing, Prince, when I did that story and published it, some Liberians, not many, some Liberians begin by saying that uh, it's a cook story. In other words, it's a fake story, it's a made up story. Mami Do did not say they think she didn't even write the president. Without verifying from Mami, they begin to write all kinds of things. And by the way, this story uh is currently trending in Liberia. There are thousands and thousands of comments, hundreds of shares all over. In fact, I received some calls and people like, "Oh, Eric, your publication, the diaspora publication, and the Dole family and the Liberia government." I'm like, okay, at least you guys are following. But since this story came out, it's been more than 24 hours. Have you seen a rebuttal from Mami Do to say, no, these are not my words? Have you seen the Do family? Is there any statement?
Nope, no statement.
I have the letter written by Mami Do to President Boakai. In fact, I don't know how many Liberians took the time to even read the entire story. Some people just read a headline, they conclude. If you read the entire story, in there she even gave President Boakai 2 weeks ultimatum. 2 weeks ultimatum. As I speak to you, Junior Doe is at the verge of death. He has kidney failure, and it is a serious thing. Mami said in the letter that the Doe family had written President Boakai 6 different letters, calling his attention not only to the health of Samuel Doe Jr., but to enforcing the ECOWAS ruling that is demanding the government of Liberia to pay reparation to the Doe family. In addition to that, Nancy Doe should also receive her just benefits, allowances, and all kinds of things. And the letter is very touching. It's very touching if you read the entire letter. In that letter, she said they have exhausted all avenue to save Junior life, Samuel Doe Jr., but they are unable to lay the hand on finding resources that will, the needed resources that will save the young man's life. And President Boakai, in fact, she accused President Boakai of being selective, of being of displaying high level of injustice, of being insensitive and uncooperative with the Doe family. And what she said was, that really touched me too. She said, I sat and watched my mother die, and I could not fight for her, but I would not sit and watch my brother die the same way of neglect. Hence, Mr. Boakai, you have 2 weeks, or else there will be unspecified consequences that will awaken the consciousness of the people to move into history. She threatened to go to to go to the United Nations, the European Union, the British government, the US government, with her case against the Joe Boakai-led government. This is a serious situation at hand. We can dive into the political issues and here and there, but my concern right now is the life of Samuel Doe Jr. is at stake. He had similar complication when President Weah was president, and the president had to fly him out of the country. I think it was the London for treatment. And that's how he was able to survive. And even while he was away for more than a year, he was still on the government payroll. President Weah did not remove him from the payroll. And this is the very mommy who was disrespecting President Weah a few days ago and behaving like Joe Boakai was an angel. In fact, when she went on the Spoon Network and I saw, okay, you see, President Weah did not give you this, did not give you that, but Joe Boakai has he? She said, oh, he the man busy. She gave an excuse for him that the president is busy. How can you write a president 6 different letters he has not been able to have the time to respond to to any? But as soon as your mother died, he had plenty of time, not only to go sympathize, but to even go as far as Grand Jide, under the disguise of he is there to bury and rebury. This is sad. This is sad. It tells you that we have a leader who's only concerned about dead Liberians, not living Liberians. And Mamin is right now angry. Mamin is completely angry. I understand her frustration, her anger, but I'm concerned about the life of Samuel Doe Jr.
Hmm.
President Boakai, the other day, you nearly died. It took the grace of God through President Weah to fly you out of Liberia to the US here for medical checkup or for treatment. And that's how today you are alive to even be president in Liberia. The very man who was sitting at your bedside at the hospital here in America when you won the presidency, you dismissed that man, even though he had a tenure position.
Hmm.
Joseph Tar is his name. That tells you your level of heartlessness that you have. Samuel Doe, you work in his government. You serve as minister. You serve as LPMC or YFC director, managing director. Even though at a later stage, you were dismissed for corruption, but at least Doe gave you the opportunity. You are only able to identify with the Doe family during bereavement. When his wife died, before you say you can go sit down on mat. Now his son needs a kidney transplant or whatever dialysis or something to keep him moving, and you cannot help the family. I don't know if you have received the letter, but I will share with you at your time. You don't quote diaspora letter, just quote her own letter to the president. The letter was written August 10
Wow.
to the president, yes. So when I heard people rushing on the story without taking the time to uh, even place a call or verify, then I knew that the ignorance of our people, if not ignorant, the party sentiment of our people sometimes blind our ability to reason. It's more than 24 hours. Have you seen any rebuttal from the Doe family about the story that I did?
Mm-mm.
And when I wrote the story after like 1 hour 30 minutes, there's another news outlet called Liberian Investigator. They also pick up the story. So I do not know the current situation as to whether the president has helped, but from the look of things, I think the situation is still worse. Yeah, there are a lot of things that she wrote in that letter to President Braga, and I was very, very surprised because this was the woman who a week ago was even calling Joe Braga daddy. And for her to reach the point, people can pretend, but when reality comes, you can't have on reality.
Amen.
Braga is an evil man. Joe Braga is an evil and heartless old man. Everything that man is doing in our country is pretense. It's pretense. He's pretending to do things, but he's not getting anything done. They may have been president for more than 16 months or 16 months. What is there to show? What is there to show? Zero. Zero. He talks about reconciliation of the country. Look at what happened today. He boycotted the retirement ceremony of this Chief Justice Sianen Yo. He boycotted the woman retirement ceremony, all because the woman under her watch, the Supreme Court had a ruling that went against his side, which was Rachel Kuhn, an imposter. Is the same man telling us that we should pray when he has a vindictive heart? So I will stop it here, but this is a very serious story, and we will keep updating the public as things unfold concerning the health of Samuel Doe Jr.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, my brother, you rightly put it. And let there be a lesson to many people who are around. This particular problem that Samuel Doe Jr. is faced with did not start today. Even during the regime of President Weah, he had issues. I mean, medical issues. But we did not see a single communication outside from the Doe family, how they have exhausted all of their how you call means, money, or whatever, because President Weah was taking care. You don't have to go to ask mommy or go to ask anybody. President Weah, out of his own, magnanimity, decided that look, even though he did not campaign for President Weah, he campaigned for Joseph Boakai. President Weah said, I don't have, there's not an issue. And President Weah went above and beyond to ensure that he received the treatment, to the extent of paying him for 1 year while he was taking his treatment. Go ahead. You will be paid.
And sorry, Prince.
Go
Mommy
ahead.
even indicated that in the letter that Samuel Doe Jr. labored for you. He worked for you to be president of the Republic of Liberia. Today he's dying. We have written you. You're not paying attention to us. She indicated that in the letter. I just thought to slide that in.
And thank you. And this is just a typical Joseph Nyuma Boakai, what his best are doing. Today we are seeing his dependable nephew and nieces around crying. Let our sister, one Josephine, I think Morris or so, she crying around the place. How in fact she's swearing Joseph Nyuma Boakai get her money, and all the rest of it. Boakai is a user. That's why I always say to people, my people like the people on the other side, don't mind them. People like Stanton, no, they are not for you. They are not talking for you. They are only talking because Joseph Nyuma Boakai have put them on the side. These are not the kind of people that believe in you. They don't speak for the Liberian people. They don't love the Liberian people. Your leader things Stanton can be doing. Oh, no. Only because they don't have the opportunity to get their own share. So they vex, they angry. If these people were having their own shares, you will be nothing. They will not even make mention of you. They will not even think or talk about you. But today, guess what? Boakai have given all of them koto. I remember much younger coming up. Somebody say I give you koto, especially when you beg your man, you get some kind of food in your hand, amazing my man koto, forget it. You go or you can't, you can't get anything else. That koto is me koto, that nothing. You can't give it the last degree of no. That why you finish giving to you. So koto, you can't get anything from it. You tell us that you lying down, you will not get it. Koto that koto. That's what Joseph Nyuma Boakai can do to the men. Joseph Nyuma Boakai finish giving them koto. They were taught. They were taught. You got time for them. You got time for them. That's why we continue to say to you, fellow Liberians. We put ourselves in this mess. Look at Mamido, who disrespected a former president who was doing almost everything. And she felt that she was the spokesperson of Joseph Nyuma Boakai. To the extent that she said, she will talk to Joseph Nyuma Boakai anytime. She's a boss thing. I will call him anytime. Talk to him. The number where she used to call on, that number can ring again. The people who she used to call, almost said she called Mandela Cooper. Mandela Cooper said, well, unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. She even said she called how you call Jaso Jala, who was the chairperson on the committee for the reburial. Call her and say, man, they play with my brother. She said, I'm begging you. My responsibility is tapped to the committee that are responsible for burial. After the burial, I don't get nothing. Pick up your phone, call in the same way you used to communicate with Joe Boakai. You all continue the communication. I can't do anything. She called the rescue mother, the one who said she called herself rescue mother, who she's not, Yombli Kanga Lawrence. She called Yombli Kanga Lawrence and said, Yombli, oh, let me my brother going small. I see where my man go, yeah, my brother going, oh. Yombli said, man, I'm sorry, but there is nothing I can do about it. My people, just see how Joseph Nyuma Boakai looking. He will use you, and at the end of the day, dump you. Where are those people that used to be insulting around? Where are our man Obe? Where is he? Where is our man Julia Banto all over the place? Where is he? We can go on and call names. Today I saw Joe Wallace. Communication from Joe Wallace. Your verbal way, man. He said, I'm a bona fide unity party man. You ain't even get time for me. You abandon me this, that, other thing. You think Joseph Nyuma Boakai get time for you? No. The Pape have used you people and reached to where he wanted to. In get time, you go or you can't down where you are on your own. But fellow Liberians, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Before we take our leave, Eric, I don't know if you have anything. We can go through everything because of time. But if there is anything you have on your plate for us, then we can hear it. Fellow Liberian, those of you that want to call, the number is 443-991-3356. You can give us a call and then be able to have your take as we go to our brother Eric, as we hear from him, what he has on his list. Again, the number to call is 443-991-3356. That's the number to call and have your say. My brother, what do you have on your list? I know there are a lot of things we can go through all because of the time. You got to take your rest and our people have to rest. But let's hear from you, sir. Sorry, you are on mute.
So, as I take my leave, even though now I had the time to walk through the U.S. State Department damaging report,
Sure.
but it is something that we have to pay keen attention to.
Got to discuss
I,
it all by itself,
yeah,
exclusively.
I saw a press statement from the executive mansion and that of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. They are talking about setting a committee to analyze the U.S. State Department report. I'm like, these guys are joking. They are joking. They said, yeah, very good. Yeah, you talk about it, analyze and some crazy words they put in the release. I'm like, okay, when the American take the time and document these human rights abuses, in fact, the human rights report from the U.S. State Department is even lesser than the one from the Independent National Human Rights Commission in Liberia, because like the U.S. that they report, it did not catalog case by case, and, murder that occur in the country. They just took few and highlighted it. But the Independent National Commission on Human Rights report, if you look
Yeah.
at it, it's a horrible thing. So the people not guessing, they don't hate you. They are not opposition arm to you to say, oh no, we oppose the government, so we write no. So when they write these kind of report, instead of you saying, okay, let's take the right action, let us see how we can persecute these people that were listed in the report to hold them accountable for their atrocity. And they say you want to go analyze the report, and you want to set a committee to go analyze the report and get back to the American.
Yeah,
Joke with
thorough
yourself.
review.
Yeah,
You say thorough review of the
joke with
report.
yeah,
We
joke with yourself.
subsequently advise the government.
Yeah. You want to go review the people report. This be no other report to review, but an American report you don't go review. I wish them luck in reviewing the report, my brother. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Eric, for the time, and thank you for everything you do. We are privileged to always have you and to always follow your page. They are very, very much, interesting story that come out about Liberia. And thank you so much. Thank you. My people,
Thank you.
as I take my leave, I want to say to you, we are in a very big mess. And all we can do is to confront this mess. We got to confront it. There is no other way around this. We got to confront it. There are too many things happening. Insecurity in the country. I'm sorry that we couldn't go through all. But even the Justice Minister himself said it. The Justice Minister said it. While we get all these problems, guess what? Joseph Nyuma Boakai is traveling with almost 40 something person. But again, we could not go through everything. Let's see. We have a caller here. Hello, caller, your name and where you've joined us from. Yes, sir. I am doing very great, sir. Hmm. Hmm. Wow.
all these small things happening, everything happening, all the other way happening, and nothing the government is doing.
But this is like, I don't know if prayer can really help us, because where it has reached down.
We had a prophecy that will put out to us.
Sure.
We didn't listen. Wait, here's the prophecy. We see anything is happening. Hey, brother. Why our country coming to one, brother?
Scary.
Where our country is going. Amen. Thank you. You keep pushing. You keep giving the people the news that what's happening. Because we got some serious mess in our hand. Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Fellow Liberian, you've heard it. We are faced with a very serious mess. Look at what is happening. Our people are crying. All of the sectors are all down. But Joseph Nyuma Boakai is taking almost about 50 plus person to a conference. When it was the same Joseph Nyuma Boakai that told us that government, they post up to people traveling like that. Let me just look for it. Let me see if I can bring this one quickly for us to see. Let me see if I can do this one. Let me see. Let me see if we can. You see, let me just bring this here for you to see it. You see, what we thought was that Joseph Nyuma Boakai was taking this decision in order to be able to save the Liberian people, but no. Let me just share this with you quickly before I leave. I'm sorry we could not go through all, but here is it. Here is it. You see right here? Here is it right here. No government official make unapproved international travels. Boakai instruct. Here is it. Let's. Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning from Liberia, the nation capital Monrovia, Prince Sharif.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Who are we speaking to on the show, sir?
Yeah, you're speaking with James Blama Kamara from the Liberian Civil Rights Movement.
Okay, Mr. Kamara. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's hear from you, sir.
Yes, I was following, and then I intend to participate on your show today because we are worried about our country when it comes to human rights violations in our country. Is getting on the increase. And for some of us as young people who do believe that we should reawaken the issue of our civil rights movement across the globe, as it relates to some African who also did their best then, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his like, who stood their time and ensured that there was advocacies then to ensure that the right of blacks be given. The issue of racism, we have to also be able to reawaken that in Liberia. And it is what you are doing. You may come from the political angle, but it's also part of activism to ensure that the right thing happens for your country. It will have been some people in America, you will sit and just go to work and come and care to better the life of your family, but not thinking about Liberia. But because you passion so much about your country, you want the best for your country, you will come from work and also sit on the show to discuss issues affecting our people. Let me appreciate you for that firstly.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, President Boakai need to take note. You cannot take all of the years in government. You have become a liability on government from time to time immemorial. And then you come and take power with the expectation of the other people. Because for some of us, before we grade people on the basis of your past record. But if we have not seen anything to grade you on, we cannot determine if whether the future will be okay. And that's what about my uncle, Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Coming from Lofa, serving all of the position in government, I could not see one KVK generator being donated to any of the district in Lofa County. Makes me to believe that this man will not do well. You see, and other people, when we tell them, oh, the man is from Lofa, it is Lofa town for the presidency. And presidency is not about country. It's about who can be able to bring the needed change. You understand? It's about who can deliver the goods and services to the people. Since we were born, we've been hearing about the road leading to Lofa. The first president who took quota to Lofa County is George Weah. And he is now from Lofa. He did not take quota to the southeast or to Grand Cru, but he took it to Lofa. And when I do believe that if he was given the opportunity then to be re-elected, I think by now there could be some progress made. We are going to the second year when there is no issue about the Lofa rule being under discussion. And the Lufian were telling us, or we the Lufian, some of the majority of the Lufian were telling us that when a Lufian become president like Joseph Boakai, we have a role going to Lofa. Sure. But that is not the discussion now. The discussion is about the economic prevailing situation and the human rights violations, the killing, the extrajudicial killing of people, police beating on people day by day. People are even afraid to report their cases to police station. Police people have become corrupt individuals today. Wow. That in these motorcyclists are being harassed in the street. You know, keke riders are being harassed. Police officers have turned to susu men and women. Can you imagine that in our country? And people are now eating dry rice, my brother. We all feeling a pinch. We will not be able to hide. Don't mind because the faces are shining, or we must sometimes try to speak some good English, then meaning, or it's well. No, it's not easy. As you're talking, it's like you're living in Liberia, my brother Prince. So only God will bless some of you who feeling a pinch of what majority is going through. Some people do not have the voice to speak, but it's not easy. No, we visit homes. People are to various hospitals, no treatment, no drugs in the various hospitals. Now, as we speak, this is August. The roads are getting bad. They are getting badder. It's not easy. But some people will not speak because maybe they from Lofa or they favor the presidency that is in power. And we don't have to do this to our country. We need to be able to unite to ensure that we fight against the system. The system is just based on, on the Gorbachev system. You chop, I chop. I know. It's what the guys are just doing. Terrible. But not care for the ordinary people.
And the thing is,
the opportunity to serve.
These were people who said they were coming to not do business as usual. That they were coming to indeed, start on a new footing, and the people's agenda would be their agenda. So I don't know what really changed. Where they dropped the ball, I don't know. Whether they had it under their sleeve, and I don't know.
Brother, because they lied their way to power. So it is not about they drive the ball. They are not good people. It's just like Liberians. We are smart, but we're quick to forget. You understand? We're quick to forget because these guys were given power 12 years. They sold our country. Madam Sally sold the free port. She brought all the concession here. And they had here. When they left power, the people were afraid to do some of those things they were doing because President Weah came to the presidency, so some of them shut down. So as soon as they announced that Joseph Boakai was elected, they came back, they started operating. You know how many Chinese are here operating today? Just taking our mineral resources. Liberia do not able to mine sand in our own country, only Chinese. And not only send the money, they will say the money they send, but there are other mineral resources that they taking from that sand thing on the Riviera rivers. They put our money, but they will register that they will want to mine sand. But the money more than sand. And the government said, and don't give the right to ordinary Liberians. How will you be able to give jobs to the people if we cannot tap into those things? Because if you be able to group Liberians and train them to small companies and be able to mine their own sand. That Chinese man who's supposed to come from China to mine sand in Liberia. You can group Liberians and provide jobs for Liberians. Through money, sands, and what have you, they sell sand to those breaches and things. They'll get food to put it on the table of their children. But if that is not happening, you're giving it to Indian. Even water, ordinary plastic water should be created by an Indian or Chinese man in Liberia to be sold on the market. These are things that businesses that are supposed to be exclusively for Liberians. And we have other people at least making, they were not 100%, but they were trying their best. But today you have lost control, your economy. In fact, the finance minister is telling us for us to pray. What will we pray for? So you have lost the directions. So you are no longer a technocrat to be able to craft policies that may be able to alleviate the issue of inflation. Every day the Liberian dollars is depreciating. Our money do not have value in to even get the Liberian dollars now. It's very difficult because things are not moving. Everything is stuck. So now if you need for $5 US now, you need to pay like a $1,020, $1,030 some places before you can get $5 US. So every day the US dollar, the rate is increasing, and then it's causing economic hardship on the people, because if you used to buy something for $1,000, when you go down, they will say, no, man, you have to add $30, $40. So if you don't get a $40, you cannot get what $1,000 used to give you before. So every day things are getting exorbitant. That's what's happening today. And I can tell you for sure, if we remain a day for this year to go to our end, there will be a popular uprising. Because you can't bear hunger. You can't politicize hunger. You can't politicize hardship. If the people will not get salt, they will not get rice to cook and eat, to be able to sleep and pray for the next day to come with something good. Definitely you will see anger will continue to grow in the society, and you will see just small things that will spark up, they will be gone, because the people will not wait to see them being in power, enriching themselves, and we continue to live in our jail poverty. And every day that come and go, we sing song and go to the Bureau Hospital, we can get treatment, and nobody to listen to us. When you go to court, the judge will decide who to favor, and the judge stay in his favor. You understand? And then the judge will care. So favoritism. I said, you can't call no government official. If I said the poor are so arrogant in these that you can't go anywhere and say they're listening to you. That's how they look like. You can call only few that we knew that at least that assume power, the local ones, not the main officials, because there are people who work with those officials and think some of them can see us, but some can't even talk to us. You even call them the fee that you calling them to beg them for hand up. So we were saying that many CDC officials were mean, were this, but one way or the other, at least my mother used to meet you, the entire will be able to talk to you. Now, the John Meda, John Meda, we need to pray for our country. We're working to see how they can fall. Sometimes they say some things that will encourage you. But the other guys are just arrogant. They're just stealing around the place, pocketing money, and then people are dying day by day. Just killing people. People in a very strong community, you see people every day. You see young people, they just zombie. That's all you see. And yesterday they said it was one person's responsibility that brought drugs here. Look at the damaging human rights report across our country now, brother. Those things that you all have been saying, that they have failed to listen to. And you now, as a country under the Security Council, see a non-permanent seat. Imagine. And then this kind of damaging report coming out. Then we're saying that the president is saying that he's building or promoting the image of Liberia. In what way? Thank you for the story you just brought up. For Mamipa, we don't care for her. Even a buck cannot pick or call her business, because she's very arrogant and rude and ungrateful. Because
Thank you.
President we have never been ungrateful to anybody that existed here that helped him in the past. He has, some people have not even helped him in the past. He has been able to transform their life.
Sure.
So it's a clear living evidence. And you arrogantly come here and you say and you allow yourself to be used by these so-called politicians who came to just steal or some from the resources of the Liberian people. Then you misbehave on a calm person who came with cow and rest and say, I'm very sorry I came to identify with the Biwi family. And now willingly, but somebody requested and he still said no problem. Even though times I will provide this. And then you go and say, I will reject it. Oh, you rejected that day. You said you have money to take care of your family. Why today you can't pay money now to carry your brother for treatment? Wow. You understand? But we call on them now for even though we know that Boakai is very heartless, but because of humanitarian basis, we call on him not to stay in his presidency and allow such a thing to happen. He should think about what President we did for him, even though he was the major opposition leader to him, but he did not think about that, send him for treatment, and today he's still alive and making to become president. If it was now God and President Weah by now, maybe President Weah would have resumed his presidency and would have been saying different things here today than others. So that he try to send the people song so that the men can live. President Weah did not perform magic to send, Jian. He did not perform magic. He used the taxpayer money to treat another Liberian to survive because another first family there. So if he would just be pocketing Liberian money for the two government officials going to Japan for no reason to go marry me, they come tomorrow, zero, because all the travels they have traveled, we can see nothing.
Nothing.
So we are very tired. We are very tired. This is why we govern nursing young people to ensure that some of us are just waiting. As soon as our organization is fully registered, and we ensure that we start to even take the street because we will be coming from a non-political angle. You'll not be seeing us as politicians or from political party. We'll put the political party being one side and rally young people across the country. We ensure that if the police will kill us, they must kill us. We must be that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. them. If you killing or you must kill us, but we can remain sitting in our little corner and our millions of dollars have been taken by these companies, by these concessionaires. They're taking it out of the country and we're just seeing rocks that they're living with us and holes that they live in our country, and we can see nothing in terms of development and what have you. Our lives are aging and people are dying, and today the death is only at the doorstep of the young people, not the older people. So we are dying day by day. What becomes of the future or the incoming generation when the current generation future cannot be rightly people are prepared? Then what happens to those that will come after us? It becomes difficult, my brother. So continue doing what you are doing, and we'll keep talking and we'll keep giving our support and making our comment on your show so that we all can do it together for the betterment of this country, so that history can recall us for the right reason. Thank you very much for giving me the time, and I appreciate you. May God bless all of us. May God bless Liberia and those good people who are willing to see this country on the right trajectory. And the enemy of the states, may God put them in the back and put the good people ahead to sit at control. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. It's always a privilege when we have somebody like you calling from, especially Liberia. This kind of time where you should be resting with the family and you're using your resources to call. It's very expensive calling from Liberia for this length of time. But thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, senior brother Prince Sherry. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Amen. Amen. Fellow Liberian, there we have it. Liberians are speaking out. This is something that is scary. We've said ours. The realities are there. You saw the report from the U.S. State Department. We did not go in it because we want to take time to really discuss it. Maybe hopefully tomorrow we'll talk about it. But this is serious. We told you that Liberia is retrogressing. We are not on the path of progress. While other nations are going forward, we are going backward. If President Weah take over 2029, if he takes over, he will almost like start from scratch. The progress that we made in, for example, Respect on the rule of law. Joseph Nyuma Boakai Sr. Finna damage that one. He tear it down. The progress that we made in the education sector, can you imagine? Joseph Nyuma Boakai Sr. spoiled that one. The progress that we're making in the health sector under President Weah, Joseph Nyuma Boakai Sr. damaged that one. When President Weah comes 2029, he's going to start from scratch. But again, Liberians, all we can do is to continue to inform you of what is obtaining. And it is up to you to use the information for your own benefit. For us, we harbor no personal hate in our heart for anybody. I always say, I'm from Grand Cape Mount County and Lofa, born in Mosorado County. I hate nobody. No. But we are saying what are the facts. We are saying the truth. And if the truth will upset you, well, it's up to you. Because we love our country more than we love old age or gray hair. We love our country more than we love a particular individual because we are from the same county or so. My people, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Your comments, your likes, your shares, they are all very meaningful to what we do here. We are always here because of you. You encourage us and give us the strength to do. So we will do. On this note, God bless each and every one of you. Until we meet again tomorrow, I'm your brother. I'm your friend. Don't get mad at me. My name is Prince Sharif. Follow the page under the Palava Hut on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. You will see us. Until we meet again, bye from our end and have yourself a God bless night.